Hey everyone, good afternoon and welcome to Social Distancing. We started last week with 100 or less meeting together, and last night, somewhere around 5 o'clock, they dropped it to 50, and then today, President Trump asked for less than 10 gathering together. That causes a lot of fear, but I want to tell you, don't be afraid. John 16:33 says, I have told you all this so that you may have peace in me. Here on earth you may have many trials and sorrows, but take heart, because I have overcome the world. Your Savior has overcome the world, and you don't need to be afraid. But I know a lot of these things that we're hearing coming out of the internet is probably tempting you to fear. So we wanted to put this video out to mitigate some of that fear regarding the pandemic and all these things that we hear are going to happen. There's plenty of information out there, and we sorted through a lot of it to share with you, and we do this because we believe if you take some time to think about these things, you won't panic if some of them actually happen. Several weeks ago, I said that this could happen, and I asked you to get ready, and it happened. Proverbs 22:3 says, a person who foresees danger and takes precautions, and it's the prudent person. I'm sorry, I said that completely wrong. A prudent person foresees danger and takes precautions. The simpleton goes blindly on and suffers the consequences. Our local, state, and federal government have people whose job it is to think about this stuff all the time. We should listen to them and do what they say. That's part of being a prudent person. Okay? So we want to foresee the danger coming forward and take precautions. These people do it as their job to foresee these things. So we need to listen to them. But here's what you can do right now, some of the things that we have garnered off the internet. First of all, at home, sanitize the place. Think about everything that you touch every day without even thinking about it. Faucets. I know you wash your hands and you're washing them for 20 seconds and singing happy birthday twice. But then when you're finished, you touch the knob again. Have you ever wiped off that knob? Maybe you should. How about a hairdryer or a hairbrush or your toothbrush handle? You see where I'm going with this? Keyboards, remotes, light switches, handrails. Not just the counter and the table, but phones, tablets, washer and dryer buttons, microwave buttons, refrigerator handles, door handles to your house and to your car, garage door buttons and remotes. How about the sweeper cord that you wind up? How about the iron you iron with? The plug at the end of the iron? How about your alarm clock? I think you could probably make a game with this with the kids. And how many things can we think of that we touch every day and we don't think about it? I heard about a guy who got a respiratory illness every spring. Every time he put out his window AC unit. Till one day they wiped it off and he never got sick again. I think we need to do this once every 15 years anyways, so it's probably a good time. Probably a good time. Now, this is not an exhaustive list, but I tell you what, a Clorox wipe can go a long way. Can you think of anything that I might have left out? One of the rumors that is going around is that the president is going to enact the Stafford Act and sequester everyone in their homes for 2 to 4 weeks. The federal government came out today to say that a foreign power had actually used that as misinformation so that it would start a panic. And that panic was to freak us out so that we would go buy food. Listen, this is not about starving. You're not going to starve. But you can get sick and affect others by running from store to store looking for the things you think you need. You need to stay home. This is not about food. It's about social distancing. The estimates I last read said that 48 million people will get the coronavirus, no matter what we do. What the government is trying to do is spread it out over a few months so our healthcare system isn't overwhelmed. If we get it all at the same time, some people will die because they just won't be able to receive the care they need. But if we spread it out, then we'll all have access to the healthcare system when we need it. I'm going to assume you all listened to me a month ago when I said, go get a few weeks of food ready, so I don't want you to panic. You're going to have plenty. Stay home. And you actually have more food than you think. Get on Google and find out how you can use what you have. We all grab extra at Thanksgiving. Just use it. If no one eats it, at least you tried to use it, right? It's time to eat the freezer. I know you don't. You pull it out and you look at it and you don't even know what it is. Thaw it out and cook it. And if no one eats it, put some gravy on it. If no one eats it then, put some barbecue sauce on it. If no one eats it then throw it out. Did you know you guys can freeze milk? But you remember, milk and juice can be frozen, but as long as you open it up and pour some out so they don't burst in your freezer. So eat all your fresh stuff first, and then you can get creative. You can turn cranberry sauce into a fruity drink. We used to do that as a kid. We would open some cans of cranberry, mix it with water, and add 7-Up. It wasn't all that good, but it was pop. Ground beef and a can of pork and beans and a little brown sugar. I guarantee you your kids will fight over that. And if you're wondering, yes, we were poor when we were young and we had to come up with those kind of ideas. Maybe your life group and you can get together and come up with some more ideas on using the stuff that you already have at your house. Listen, if you have to go out, don't go out. But if you have to go out, don't go out. But if you have to, I got some rules that you need to listen to, okay? Just the other day, I was standing by the stove and I said, I think we're all ready. I think we got a month and we'll be all right. And Teresa walked up and said, we're out of kitty litter. And after she thumped me 3 or 4 times because I suggested that we don't let the cat drink, she made me go out and get kitty litter. Okay, so things like that may happen. But if you're going to go out, go alone. Don't take everybody with you. Okay? Then clean and sanitize your car. Your steering wheel, your buttons, your levers, your radio. Let your car be a safe zone while you're out. Okay? And then you need to think like a spy, that you can't leave a trace, no DNA everywhere. And consider everyone you meet as a carrier. And then you'll be safe. I think the point of transaction is the most dangerous. The person taking your card at the drive-thru or at the store has touched all the cards in front of you. The machine that she places your card in has had all the other cards in it. Have a way to disinfect your card before you put it away. And if you don't, drop it in a plastic bag, and when you get home, disinfect it and then put it away. Money is filthy. You should have known that. It always has been. So try to use your card. If you don't handle money, it's better for everyone. And then don't touch your face until you get home and you get cleaned up. And when you get home, leave your shoes outside. Wash your hands the minute you get home, then unload the car and then wash them again. There's another rumor out there that this virus can get into our water supply. Our water system is very good, and I don't think it can survive there. But if you don't believe me, or if you're worried about it, you don't have to run to the store looking for bottled water. There's more of a chance of you getting sick doing that than staying home. If you have a tea kettle, you're all set. Save your water bottles, boil water, and refill them. No virus can live through a good boiling, and you only have to bring your water right up to a boil, and then it's safe. Okay? Another rumor around the internet is displacement. That somehow if someone in your house gets sick, they may move them somewhere, or they may leave them there and move all the healthy ones somewhere else. So we get worried about, well, what's going to happen if that happens? Well, think through it. You don't need to make a go bag, because you're not going to survive in the woods or anything like that. But if someone gets sick and gets moved away, what will they need? What if you got moved? What will you need? Just make a simple list. And then if that thing ever happens, which I don't think it ever will, but if that thing happens, then you won't have to panic because you have your list. What are some of those things that should be on the list? Maybe your medication. That would be good. How about some clean clothes? Get them ready now and have them ready then. You don't have to pack a bag, but have them ready. You'd probably need a laptop so they can get on the internet, or phones and chargers. So make a list. So when that happens, you're not running around frantic trying to figure out what to do. You've already thought about it, and you won't panic. There's another rumor out there that you're going to be quarantined and the government's going to forget you and never come back to help you. Listen, if you get quarantined, they're going to check on you. And if they don't check on you, we're going to check on you, and we're going to make sure you're okay. If our country's health system doesn't get overrun, then it's going to be able to take care of all of us. Running around store to store is not helping anyone. It's just taking a chance that we can spread it. There are 50 cases in Ohio right now, and it's growing. So please be careful. The last few weeks we've been talking about leadership. Here's a chance for you to step up and lead. We have learned who we're supposed to be, and that you and I have the power to be that person, that we can lead others, and we need to lead them with our example. 1 Peter 3:14 says, "But even if you should suffer for righteousness, you are blessed. Do not fear what they fear, or be intimidated, but in your hearts regard Christ the Lord as holy, ready at any time to give a defense to anyone who asks you for a reason for the hope that is in you." This is a great time to share Christ. A great time when people are afraid. And you can tell them, you know what, I'm not afraid, because I'm indestructible. Till the Lord calls me home, I'll always be here. You know, our brother Bob has taken this leadership thing over the last few weeks to heart. Bob Lake has seen the fear in the people around him and has shared Christ. And 2 of them came to know Jesus. So take it to our heart. Our world needs us. Share the reason for your hope. If you hear of one of our brothers and sisters that are in need, help let us know. We are thinking about moving our prayer team over to Facebook so that you can scroll through and see the people that we're praying for, and you'll get a chance everyone will get a chance to look at that and pray for them. So be looking for that coming up here in the next week or so. But don't be tempted to fall into fear, because our adversary will tell you, you can't make it through this storm. But fresh wind, your reply should be, I am the storm. Thank you for your time. A little bit of thinking beforehand, I think, will take away a lot of fear that people are having. So you have a great night, and we'll be back with you in the future with other videos like this. Thank you.